I wanted to share a creative moment from way back when I was still in theater school. And I grew up in a very strict working class immigrant family. I immigrated from Hong Kong when I was just a year old to Canada. And my whole life, my parents were like, you know, you got to get a stable job so that you can take care of us in our old age, because that's the tradition of my culture. And I remember being in theater school and really catching the bug and going, I'm going to pursue a life as a filmmaker. I want to tell stories. I could feel the calling, you know, the urge. And I was driving under the viaduct, the Georgia Viaduct in Vancouver, and I had this epiphany that if I was to pursue a creative life, that I had to turn my back on my obligations to my family. And I remember driving by and saying to the person in the car with me, I'm going to do it. I have to do this. And then so we cut to getting into film school, getting my first shorts done, and eventually I get my first feature funded, Double Happiness. And my parents keep wanting me to get a job through all of this. They're just like, why don't you go apply for that on-air personality job somewhere or become a professor teaching other people how to make films? And so finally they come to my set of Double Happiness, and I've got a crew of about 50 people. And it's my first time working with such a big budget. It was $1 million at the time. And I was nervous and didn't know what my parents were gonna say. And my dad shows up and he's got like a bundle of foolscap paper. And he's like, Mina, I have to give you something. And I was like, what? And he drags me into the back room and he hands me this paper and I open it up and he's written a scene that he wants me to shoot for Double Happiness. And it's a scene that had nothing to do with the movie because he didn't actually know what my film was about at that time. But it was a scene that was really important to him in terms of something that happened to us as father and daughter. And I looked at it and I read it and I was sort of in giggle fits. I was embarrassed in front of my crew and I went to my producer and I said, what should we do with this? And my producer looked at it and he said, we don't have time to fit that in the budget. So we didn't shoot it, but eventually the film got made and my parents showed up and I was able to take care of them a little bit as I got older. So dreams do come true. I don't know, I'm very grateful.